taken at about the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Time to see what this Tampa Bay Bucs has in store. They're led by the now 7-time Super Bowl champion, the MVP of Super Bowl 55. Charles, it's Tom Brady.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
It would appear these guys aren't fooling around. A big play on the second play from scrimmage.
Well, last night at our meeting, you said you thought that they would test the secondary early, but I don't know if you meant it on the second play of the game. I thought you meant, as we get into it a little bit, they decided to just come right out swinging. I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Now Brady again. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And the Buccaneers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. To throw, it's Brady. Escapes the sack. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Cameron Jordan, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. 2 straight sacks have him backed up now for a 3rd and goal. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
And Suckup will put this one right through, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And no return from Montgomery. Bring it out to the 25. Kamara there with a 1st down carry, but not much running room, and he takes it forward for only a couple. It's 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Hill looks to throw. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Gets through, and now an opening. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play. Brady to Gronkowski. 57 yards. I know it's tough to make tackles in the open field, but that one hurts because he got a little bit extra after the missed tackle.
Receivers are coached so well, they have to break at least one tackle after the catch. He did that on that play.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead grows to 10-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And no return from Montgomery. Bring it out to the 25. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start. Jumping.
What you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. On 2nd and 11 now. Hill. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Hill. Over the middle, complete. That's Harris. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. A big play that time for Tampa Bay.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's Brady. Goes right side, complete to Gronk. Touchdown! Rob Gronkowski with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Extra point try now for Suckham. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And no return from Montgomery. Bring it out to the 25. The Saints again ready to go on offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5 now. Hill. And he's got his target, Harris. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 33.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This 1st half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now here's a throw that's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. From the gun, here's Hill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And again, it's Hill. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now it's Hill. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop. Creeping up on 1,000. Could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage the quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You've got an opportunity to catch passes now, too.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on out. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half. Begins with a touchback. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Hill. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On first down, Brady.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped them there, but not to be. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Meanwhile, Brady's throw pulled in by Gronkowski.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Brady.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. The second and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying...
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with touchdown number 12 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Extra point up and good by Succa. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And no return from Montgomery. Bring it out to the 25.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A shotgun snap for Hill. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And the Bucs are going to take over first and 10 deep in their own territory.
Brady and the Bucs now with a first and 10
at their own 11. Throwing to start the drive. Brady over the middle. That's taken in by Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Succop's kick is good, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And no return from Montgomery. Bring it out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Hill. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
3rd and 2. Hill.
That's caught by Marquez Callaway. Get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Hill. Out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot.
With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. Now, carry there for Fournette as he's able to work his way for a gain of about 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
Demario Davis, Saints leading tackler last year, in on the stop that time.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Fournette on the counter. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 25. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady.
He's going to go up top for the end zone.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
To Evans on the slant.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
On 2nd and goal. Brady toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And Suckup will put this one right through. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they're able to get this way down there inside the Tampa 20. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Hill now operating from the red zone. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Hill. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a...
And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
An injured player still down, and that's Chris Godwin. So the wide receiver slow to get up. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's Brady to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
One last throw here for Hill. One last shot at the end zone.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked by Pierre Desir. And the Bucs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in,